It says that major U.S. companies gave 94% of new jobs to people of color in 2021. By 2030, increase the racial diversity of our leadership team by promoting and hiring qualified Black, Hispanic, and other underrepresented individuals to positions of supervisor and above in support of our current goal of 30% representation.
Goals are not quotas.
That they have quotas. They have percentage quotas, Ms. Wiley.
What I've heard is goals.
I guess you have a hard time hearing the truth.
We need to know a lot more facts before we know if that's a violation.
They clearly state it right there. A paid postgraduate fellow program for Black chefs to work with our research and development team.
We have another clip about how the federal government allows employment discrimination as long as that discrimination is against a certain race. As you're going to see Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia lay out, these are blatant violations of Title VII and the Civil Rights Act. But the racist Democrat witness does not care because she supports discrimination as long as it's against people who don't look like her. Also during this hearing, she was asked to define a woman, and this is how she answered.
Can you define what a woman is?
A woman is a person who says she is. And let me just tell you one story about this, because when I was a child...
No, you're not going to tell me a story. We're not doing that right now. It's not story time.
Yeah, it is story time, because when I was a child, I was called a boy. No, it's not. I'm going to reclaim my time. Be quiet.
The setup is very simple here. Marjorie Taylor Greene is giving examples of discrimination that is being ignored by the EEOC. She then asked the witnesses whether or not this would violate Title VII of the Civil Rights Act. And of course, the discrimination is being defended by the Democrats' witness.
For the people watching at home today, we're talking about Title VII of the Civil Rights Act that states it shall be unlawful employment practice for an employer to fail or refuse to hire or to discharge any individual or otherwise to discriminate against any individual with respect to his compensation, terms, conditions, or privileges of employment because of such individual's race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. It carries on to talk about segregation and classification of employees or applicants, and it carries on to an individual's, again, race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. Yet today, and it was reported by CBS, it says that major U.S. companies gave 94% of new jobs to people of color in 2021. White workers accounted for 20,524 jobs, just 6%. Mr. Rokita, would that be a violation of Title VII of the Civil Rights Act?
Yeah, if the hiring was done simply on the basis of race, correct.
Mr. Berry?
Yes, 100%.
Ms. Stepman?
It is, especially as the AG said, when you find intentional statements in order, like to discriminate publicly. That's about as slam dunk a case under Title VII as you can get.
Ms. Wiley?
Sorry, you cannot discriminate based on race, period.
Okay. BlackRock Founder Scholarship is targeting, has a program designated for undergraduates of master's students who self-identify as Black or African American, Hispanic or Latino, Native American, LGBTQ, or disabled. Is this a violation of Title VII or a violation of the Civil Rights Act, Mr. Rokita?
Yeah, I'm having trouble reading all that, although I appreciate what you're doing. If self-identifying and then...
Based on race,
yeah,
identifying sex. Mr. Berry?
Under Section 1981, that looks like a violation.
Ms. Stepman?
Yes.
Ms. Wiley?
We've had no ruling that I'm aware of that says that's a violation.
This is talking about race, gender, LGBTQ. Definitely leaves off white. White is not on this list, so that would be based on race. That seems to be a violation to me.
I think what we're talking about is what the status of current case law is.
I think it definitely leaves off white people. I reclaim my time. Smithfield Foods has an aggressive set of goals in its hiring. I know it's hard to see for the witnesses. By 2030, increase the racial diversity of our leadership team by promoting and hiring qualified Black, Hispanic, and other underrepresented individuals to positions of supervisor and above in support of our current goal of 30% representation. It goes on to talk about gender diversity in their leadership team, for female leaders to positions of supervisor, talking about another current percentage goal. Mr. Rokita, would this be a violation?
Yes, because it's a quota.
Mr. Berry?
Absolutely.
Ms. Stepman?
Yes.
Quotas are a violation of
Ms. Wiley?
Goals are not quotas.
That they have quotas. They have percentage quotas. Ms. Wiley?
What I've heard is goals.
I guess you have a hard time hearing the truth. Kellogg's, according to its filings with Securities and Exchange Commission, Kellogg's operates in a highly competitive commercial environment and faces significant challenges in finding capable employees, is what they claim. They have a program called Better Days Promise, specifies that by the end of 2025, it will achieve 25% racially underrepresented talent at the management level in the United States. It's talking about a program, paid postgraduate fellow program for Black chefs to work with our research and development team to help them better understand food roles in Black communities worldwide. Mr. Rokita, talking about race and having these woke percentage plans, is this a violation with Kellogg?
Yes, assuming the hirings are based solely on race, yes.
Yeah, they specifically say Black chefs here. Mr. Berry?
Goals are usually quotas under the law.
Okay. Ms. Stepman?
Yes, it's a violation.
Ms. Wiley?
We need to know a lot more facts before we know if that's a violation.
They clearly state it right there. A paid postgraduate fellow program for Black chefs to work with our research and development team to help them better understand foods, roles, or Black communities worldwide. Unlawfully, only Black or African American chefs are allowed, even if individuals with other immutable characteristics are otherwise qualified. So they're leaving off the trans people, they're leaving off LGBTQ, Asian, Indian. Mr. Chairman, I've run out of time.
I think that all government is a waste of taxpayer money.